What's happening? I'm Isaiah Coleman, and this is Fatherhood Fridays, brought to you by The Connected Man. I am the curator of The Connected Man. To be a connected man in this world is not an easy thing to do, but a connected man realizes that everything he does is connected. Every missed workout, every victory, every positive decision, every thought, every move of intentionality and intention and authenticity, everything is connected. Everything we do is connected, and a connected man chooses every single day that they're going to work toward being a better father, being a better husband or partner, and most importantly, being a better leader in their community and in their families. So I love to share a message on Fridays. Fatherhood Fridays is what I call it. And this Fatherhood Friday, I want to share with you a little information around emotional intelligence, EQ, right? EQ is very important. I think God blessed me with the skill, the innate ability to have good EQ, to be able to sit back, observe my emotions, and to see emotions in other people. You know, growing up, my uncle, he would always call me Einstein, right? Because I would just sit back and I would just be quiet and I would be observant. And I think to this day as an adult, I think that's a real accurate way to describe me. I still like to sit back. I still like to be in the cut as much as possible. Although it's hard sometimes being a leader, people want to hear from you. People, may need direction from you. But when I can get opportunities to fall back and observe and be myself, I'm quick to do so. So I like to say, or I like to start us off with, there are 4 competencies when it comes to emotional intelligence. Okay, there's 4 competencies. And those 4 competencies are broken into 2 separate subdivisions, all right? The first subdivision is our personal, okay? As it relates to emotional intelligence, is our personal. So in our personal, that means we have to be mindful of our self-awareness, and we also need to be mindful of our self-management, all right? So self-awareness, in short, is just us knowing ourselves to our core, meaning we know what we like, we know what we dislike, we know what we are passionate about, we know what we're not passionate about, we know what our triggers are, we know what our non-negotiables are, we know, again, who we are at our core, as opposed to self-management. Self-management is something that we also all should be aware of, should be mindful of, but I don't know if everyone does a good job of this. Connected men do a very good job of this. Connected men do a good job of managing the emotions that arise in them, right? Managing stress. When we notice if we are stressed, how can we bring ourselves back to a moment of presence? Bring us back to the present moment by taking a deep breath, by, knowing, all right, I got to go to the gym because I'm not feeling my best. And I know if I go to the gym, it's going to bring my stress levels back down, and I'll be able to fill my body up with those endorphins and that dopamine and feel great about myself. Connected men get a lot of sleep, right? We get good sleep. We get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. Because when you get sleep, your mind, your thinking mind, is able to be more rational in its decision making and its movements and its intentionality. So super important that we are getting enough sleep. We're eating the right things. We are taking care of ourselves, taking care of our bodies, our minds, our spiritual. So that is, in short, the definition of self-management. An individual who can manage themselves effectively. The second subdivision, so if the first subdivision is personal, what do you think the second subdivision is? That's right, you got it. Social. All right. So the two competencies within our social emotional intelligence is our social awareness. So our social awareness is the ability to pick up on other people's emotions through body language, through tone. I know for me, if I don't do something that my wife asked me to do, like take the trash out or wash the dishes or clean the bathroom or fold the clothes or, you name it. It's a long list. But if I forget to do any of those things, I get this look. The look requires no words. The look requires no sound. The look is just like, bruh, didn't I tell you? Didn't I ask you to get this done over here? So again, that's me being able to pick up on her nonverbals and be like, and her telling me, hey, this needs to get done. Why didn't you get it done yet? Right? So, social awareness is being able to pick up on other people's emotions, and you might be able to see somebody like I know for my boys, for example, I know when I see them sad by their facial expression or by their body language, and I could tell that this is a great time for me to come over and pick them up or be like, hey, come here, let me get a hug. Hey, you know what I mean? Or poke with them or have fun with them. So yes, that's just us being able to pick up on other people's emotions, right? Social awareness. And then number 4, right? So we did personal, that subdivision, and it was our self-awareness, it was our self-management. Now we're in social. We had social awareness. So our 4th competency is our relational management. So if we are able to pick up on other people's emotions through their facial expressions, through their nonverbals, right? Through their body language, through their tone, without them telling us exactly what's wrong, we are then able to manage that relationship effectively, or in a way, it informs us of how we need to move forward, right? How we need to interact with that individual. So if I see, again, my wife, frustrated, or I see my kids maybe a little down or sad, again, that informs me on how I need to now manage that relationship and so on and so forth. So being able to pick up on it is our social awareness, and then being able to do something about it is our relational management. All right, I hope this is helpful. I hope this helps you as a father, as a leader, manage your relationships, manage yourself, and become more aware, right? I think the biggest thing we could do, and I talked about it in my first 2 episodes around presence, is being present. Is being present, being mindful, being aware of what's going on around you, not just within you, but on the outside of you, and in your environment. All right. So again, I hope this is helpful. I'm Isaiah Coleman. I'm the curator of The Connected Man, and this is another episode, another edition of Fatherhood Fridays. Like, follow, connect, send some topics. Would love to hear from you. All right. Thank you, and have a good rest of your day. Peace.